When's the last time you truly got lost in a game world? When's the last time you got to know fictional characters so well that you thought about them even when you weren't playing? If you value excellent storytelling, Dragon Age Origins is the kind of game that draws you in and gets you invested. Thankfully, Dragon Age doesn't just offer an epic fantasy story, it's also a fantastic adventure in its own right. There are loads of quests to perform, lots of loot to gather, and of course, dragons and demons to slay. It's a shame that the console versions can't quite stand up to the PC version, but if you're aching for a long and involving role-playing game, this is the one you need.
Very well.
It isn't the plot that makes Dragon Age's storytelling so special, as much as the world in which it takes place and the characters that inhabit it. The fantasy world of Ferelden has a rich lore that you'll discover through dialogue, books, and other tidbits scattered all about the land. You'll do a lot of reading, but this is one of those rare cases where you'll want to pore over every word. You'll learn about the strong role religion plays, discover the tenuous relationship between mages and Templars, and explore the ins and outs of the Dwarven caste system. The characters you meet are uniformly fascinating, and some of them join your adventuring party. The voice acting and dialogue are fantastic, so it won't be long before you'll grow to care about, or maybe even resent, some of these characters.
Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself?
As the story wears on, you're forced to make more and more difficult choices that will affect how party members view you. There's no morality system in place, just a meter that determines where your relationships with other party members stand. Relationships are affected by the decisions you make in the game, but you can improve relationships by offering gifts to your fellow adventurers. If someone likes you enough, you'll receive perks of your own, and if you play your cards right, even romance could ensue. By the time Dragon Age draws to a close, you'll have made a series of difficult decisions that have consequences you might not have seen coming. There's triumph, shock, heartbreak, and laughter in store for you. All of it weaved into a complex web of dialogue and quests that will have you wanting to play it all over again, just to see how differently things can play out. It's all rather extraordinary. There's also the matter of the origin story. Depending on the kind of character you create, you will experience one of 6 different stories at the start of the game. No matter which you choose, after a couple of hours you'll have joined a group of elite soldiers called the Grey Wardens, and you're off to fight the creatures called Darkspawn invading the land. You'll choose from only a few race and class options at first, but eventually you'll be able to specialize in up to 2 subclasses. For example, a rogue can eventually become a bard and a duelist, and there are ways of opening up other skill trees as well. But you won't just deal with a single character, you'll handle a party of 4, along with reserve party members that you accumulate. You can switch individuals in and out of your party at your camp, so expect a lot of satisfying leveling and looting as you customize your party as you see fit. You can even customize their AI behavior using a simple but powerful tactics tool that makes your companions even more effective in battle.
Watch out!
Combat is colorful and action-packed, and you'll whack on your enemies in a traditional RPG manner. You'll select targets and issue orders, and occasionally pause the battle if you need to queue up a series of attacks. Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights fans should feel right at home with combat, which becomes more and more enjoyable the more attacks and spells you add to your repertoire. As you make your way through the story quest and dozens upon dozens of side quests, you'll encounter bandits, ballroom brawlers, all manner of darkspawn, sentient werewolves, blood mages, talking trees, crazy hermits, and of course, dragons. Outside of combat, you can collect and purchase items that let you make potions, traps, poisons, bombs, and more. There's a lot to do here, and while we ran into a few broken quests, the adventuring is for the most part excellent and involving. Multiple playthroughs can result in a very different experience, so while it might take you 50 hours or more just for a standard playthrough without fulfilling every side quest, you'll want to return for more. It's that good.
As you say.
Let's talk about the differences between the platforms. The PC clearly offers the best experience here. On PCs, Dragon Age looks great and runs smoothly, and the interface is fantastic. And you can zoom the camera out to a familiar strategic view or pull in close behind the character you're directly controlling. It's also more challenging and more tactical, making it absolutely the preferred version. On consoles, you always see things from the close third-person view of one character and switch between characters using a shoulder button. The console interface is really good, but it does have some noticeable issues when your quests and codex logs get filled up. If you're trying to choose between just the console versions, the PlayStation 3 gets the slight upper hand. The frame rate gets a bit choppy and there are some more minor visual glitches than on the Xbox 360, but it looks better than the other console version. The 360 version is noticeably less attractive. Textures are more compressed, load times are longer, and there's less color contrast. Yet, while neither console version looks as good as other RPGs on those systems, like Oblivion and Fallout 3, they still look fine. There's a lot more to Dragon Age Origins, so be sure to check out the written review for details. But here's what you need to know. If you're hungry for a fantastic original fantasy setting, an awesome story filled with memorable characters, and fun multi-layered questing, Dragon Age will fill you up. This is the RPG you've been waiting for, the one that's going to keep you up at night and invade your dreams. So sit back, relax, and prepare to lose yourself in the land of Ferelden.
I hope they asked me to join in.